Hello everybody, welcome if you're new here and welcome back if you're not. Today I'm going to be talking about all the things that I bring to a fall market, and I just wanted to say a little disclaimer, just because something that I bring to a fall market that does well, it doesn't mean that it's going to do well at your market or anyone's market, because honestly the thing that determines what's going to do well at the market you're at is the people that come to your market, and we don't all have the same people coming to our market. Just so you know, it's not a guarantee that you're gonna sell out of all of these items at your fall market, but they do well for me, so I wanted to share them just in case you wanted to try them out. So I wanted to start off this video talking about my plushies. These are like by far the thing I sell the most of, and the thing that most people bring to markets because they sell so well. And that is because normally people use big yarn like this, like burlap blanket or loops and threads, sweet snuggles, like that type of thing. And because of that, they are really quick and easy to make. And so most items that I make take 30 minutes or less to actually make the whole item finished and everything. And that way you can get more bang for your buck. Hence why a lot of people sell plushies at markets. So the ones that I bring to the fall market, you're going to see some overlap if you've watched my previous video on what I bring to all of my markets. There's a little bit of overlap here, but not completely. So I'll try to go on with it. So the first thing I want to talk about are my leggy frogs. I sell 3 different types of leggy frogs. There's a light green, a medium green, and a dark green leggy frog. By far, my best seller is the medium green, and then probably close second is dark green, and then after that's light green, but I still sell like all 3 of those colors a lot. And some people will even bring leggy frogs like in all colors of the rainbow. Just for me, I like it better just in green for my booth setup. But yeah, I sell these for $12. They take me about 30 minutes to make, which is really, really good. The pattern that I use for my leggy frogs is from Anita Louise Crochet. She has her pattern on her website. It's free. So I'll have all of the patterns that I talk about in this video linked down in the description if you want to go check them out. I highly recommend that one specifically. The next item that I bring is the chickens. You'll see them literally everywhere. Everyone brings chickens. Most people use the Oak and Marlow chicken, but I found a free version that looks basically the same. It's from Stellar Crafts YouTube. I sell a cream one, a speckled one, a red speckled one, and a blue one. The blue one is for anyone who gets it, if you know, you know type of thing, because it's from Stardew Valley. And a lot of people will just like pass right over the blue chicken, and then some people will immediately gravitate towards it and be like, oh my gosh, this is from Stardew Valley. And that's exactly what I want, because if your customers have like a connection like that with one of your products, like 9 times out of 10 they will leave with that product. So I highly recommend doing little things like that where it's not like a specifically item from like video game or something, but it is like something they can tie to, if that makes sense. But yeah, I sell these for $15 because they are a little bit bigger. I mean, you'll see the picture, but yeah, people buy these. They're not as popular as my $12 items, obviously, because it's $15 for a stuffed animal, but those who buy them understand that handmade work needs to be paid for. And these take me about 40-ish minutes. After you get the hang of the pattern, it's just like clockwork. So the next item that I want to talk about are my ducks. These ducks are very, very popular. The specific pattern that I use for them, though, is one that I wrote myself because I liked the look of other duck patterns out there, but I wanted to find a way to make it go by faster. So I wrote a pattern that is no-sew, and I can get a duck finished in like 20 minutes. Like, it's very, very quick. So I sell these for $12. Like I said, the pattern is one that I wrote. I'll have that linked below. And yeah, this is a very high bestseller. I sell one in yellow and one in a mallard color. These are like basically interchangeable. One week I'll sell like only mallards, and then the next I won't sell a mallard at all, and I'll sell only ducks. It's very hit or miss depending on the audience, but they both do very, very well, and they do well year round. The next item is a mushroom. A lot of people like to bring like the pop fidget mushrooms, but I think the like chunkier ones look cuter in my opinion. And that's really what's important, is that you actually like making what you're selling, because you're going to be making a lot of them, and you don't want to be hating every second of it, because it's supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be exciting. So I would highly recommend only choosing the things that you think are adorable and that you really, really like to make. I sell the mushroom pattern as well, and if you want, you can buy the duck mushroom pattern in a bundle, and so you only have to pay once for multiple patterns. There are other patterns in that bundle as well. But yeah, that one's a high bestseller. I currently only sell it in red with like white spots, but I've been thinking about making like a brown one, but honestly, the red ones do perfectly fine just by themselves, so no need to put any extra work on you, okay? The next item that I want to talk to you about is my dinos. There is a pattern on Pinterest that has it's the one I follow, but it has a lot of mistakes in it because I'm pretty sure it was like scanned wrong or something. But all of the comments under that Pinterest post, I guess, explain what the mistakes are, and so if you just like give it a quick read through the comments, you can figure it out pretty easily. I actually have a physical I can show you. I've been market prepping, so I actually have some dinos, and this is my like bright blue and yellow one. They're super cute and they're pretty big, so I sell these for $15. They do really, really well. Like my last market that I had, I think 2 days ago, almost, I think 15 times somebody like picked up a dino and was like looking at it and like thinking about buying it. I only sold 2 but a lot of people gravitate towards the dinos and they do super, super well, so I highly recommend doing that. I also bring a fox, bear, and raccoon to all of my fall markets because they're very like fall inspired animals. And these ones I sell for $12. The raccoon does take a lot more time than the other two because of all the color changes, but because they're all the same size and they're all the same like type of stuffy, I think it'd be weird to sell it for a different price personally, but that is completely up to you if you want to change prices. I actually wrote these 3 patterns myself, so if you want the pattern for that, you can actually get it in a bundle of all 3 animals. And yeah, they're really adorable. People love them. They're like so perfect for fall. I also sell a little ghosty. Those are super, super popular. Everybody loves them. Everybody like follows the same pattern for them, I think. And the pattern I use is the Rose and Lily Amigurumi one. It's on their website and it's completely free. And I sell these for $12 as well. They are super, super cute, and you can add little like blush to them or not. You can add accessories to them. There's like so many different ways that you can make them like completely yours, and everybody loves them, so it's like perfect. The next item that I bring to my markets is the candy corn. This one is also super popular with crocheters, but also with market goers. I think I sold 3 out of 5 of the candy corn that I brought to my last market. Very, very popular. Everybody was picking them up, and it's also a great conversation starter because whenever people would pick them up, we could talk about, do you actually like candy corn? Like, some people hate it, some people live for it and wish it was available year-round. Like, that conversation that you can build with a customer or just the person that is at your booth is super, super important for building rapport and just having a good time at your market, because a lot of the time you're just going to be like sitting there. And so if you can just like talk to people and build connections, that is like significantly going to help you have a better time at your market than if you're just sitting around waiting for sales to happen. So I highly recommend just talk to your people in your booth, like make some friends, make some memories. But if you can talk about your product in a meaningful way, and that isn't super forced, like you've said it a million times throughout the market, believe me, I get it, that is definitely going to help your customer actually remember you as a person, and maybe the next market they like come up to your booth again and be like, I remember that person. They were really nice and really funny. I'm gonna support them again. So any way you can do that is very, very helpful and very important. But yeah, I use the Crochet 365 pattern for this one. The actual pattern uses worsted weight yarn, but it's very easy to transfer to thicker yarn as well. That's what I do. And they turn out super, super cute. Everybody loves the little faces. They think they're so adorable because they are. And they do well. So highly recommend. I also sell these for $12. The next item that I bring to markets are all of my Halloween patterns. So I have a Halloween bundle for a skeleton, a pumpkin, a witch, and Frankenstein. And all of those are extremely Halloween, extremely fall, so perfect for fall markets. And people love to buy them as like decor items or gifts to put in like boo baskets, that type of thing. They do super well. I sell all of them for $12 and they're super easy. All of them take less than 30 minutes. The only one that takes more than 30 minutes is the witch girl version because she has red hair and you have to cut out all of the strands and then tie them onto her, but that really doesn't take that long either. So I highly recommend bringing those to a market. They are such an eye catcher. Everybody gravitates toward them. We're like, oh my gosh, these are so cute. So not to be biased or anything, but I think they do well at your markets. And the last plushie item that I bring to my fall/Halloween markets is the Jack-o'-lantern Pumpkin Man by Kits Knits Co. She has her pattern for sale on Etsy, and it is a hit. It was actually the first, my first fall market was a couple of days ago, and the first like almost customer I had was like really thinking about getting it, and it's something that I sell for $90, so it's would have been a crazy sale to make, like my first sale. Unfortunately they left and didn't come again, but whatever, it's fine, it's fine. That means I get to keep it, so I'm happy. But yeah, it's so cute, and it's like, if you're looking for like a big item to be the eye catcher of your entire booth, this is it for your fall market because it is just so cute. It's 29 inches tall, so it's huge, and everyone loves it. Literally everyone that like looked at it was like, oh my gosh, he's adorable. I want him so bad. So highly recommend bringing them to your market. I only have one, and that's how it's gonna stay, because the only way I'm gonna make another one is if this one sells. So yeah, but really I think it took me like 6 hours. So for a 29-inch plushie, and that was my first time reading the pattern, not bad at all. So I highly recommend this pattern, and yeah, go support another crochet artist because what goes around comes around, you know what I mean? Okay, so now I want to talk about everything that I sell that is not a plushie. So that's going to be all my clothing and accessories. That's basically it. So I bring scrunchies to every single market. These are just very easy to make, very quick, and just things that people will throw into their bag at the last second. I sell them in 16 different colors because that's how many colors can fit onto the display that I have. And you'll see all of the colors in the photo I put. But these do really, really well. I like to have 3 of the, like, how do you say, like, not super popular colors. Like, a lot of people gravitate towards like black, cream, green, things that match most outfits, obviously. So things like bright orange, I only bring 3 of those. But the colors that I sell a lot of, like black, cream, green, dark blue, that type of thing, I will bring 5 of those, just in case. I've never like sold out of a color of scrunchie, but I've come close. So I think those are pretty good numbers because you don't really want to sell out because that's just missed opportunity. But yeah, I highly recommend those. I normally do a sale where if they buy 1, it's $6, and if they buy 3, they're $5 each, so $15. And every time I say this, I always see like the gears turning, and they're like, because who doesn't love a good sale, you know what I mean? So I have seen this work in real time where people will only be holding one scrunchie, and then as soon as I say that, they pick up 2 more. So I highly recommend doing something like that. And scrunchies are an easy way to do that because they are so quick that you don't feel like you're scamming yourself by selling them on sale, that type of thing. Like, I wouldn't do like a buy one get one type for a plushie because that just doesn't make any sense. It's all handmade. So this is a good way to add in that like sale mentality, like, oh my gosh, I have to get this because it's on sale. Because if it works on you, it's gonna work on your customers too. Like, when I see a sale, I'm like, maybe I need to get this. So it's worth trying. The pattern that I use for the scrunchies is the Passionate Kelsey tutorial pattern. Her scrunchies are absolutely gorgeous. So if you follow that pattern, your scrunchies will be absolutely gorgeous. And it's free on YouTube. So there you go. The next item I want to talk about are my lip balm keychain holders. These are extremely popular because they are very useful. I can't tell you how many times a day during the market day I say, oh my gosh, I used to lose my chapstick all the time. And ever since I've been using this, I never lose my chapstick because everyone's always like, first of all, what are these? Because it's like, I mean, you can see. I always put like one chapstick in one of them just so it's kind of there that, hey, it's for holding chapstick. But if they don't see it, I'm very happy to point out to them, hey, it's a chapstick holder. But it's very, very popular because it is very useful. And if you are able to bring some things to your booth that aren't just for decoration, but are useful products that people will use, you're going to widen your audience by a lot. I can't tell you how many times people have been like, oh my gosh, do you have any like pot holders or other things like that? And I'm like, I'm so sorry, I don't. So if that's up your alley, like, please do bring those types of things to markets because people are looking for them. And this is one of the ways that I like to tap into that is with my keychain holders. The pattern that I use for this is the Jen Hayes Creations YouTube channel. It's a very, very easy pattern to follow, and all you need for it is a 3.75 millimeter hook and some keychain things. So very quick, and I sell all my keychains for $5. I used to sell them for $8, but I kind of want to make those sell a little bit more, so I'm willing to lower the price. And plus, I've been making my keychains for a very long time now, so at this point I don't even have to think when I'm doing them, and that helps. The other crochet keychain that I sell is my flower puff keychains. These I also sell for $5, and the pattern that I use for them is the Crochet Pink Pumpkin YouTube channel. This pattern is super, super fast. I think it literally takes me less than 10 minutes to make a single keychain, and so selling them for $5, that's great. That's mostly covering the cost of the keychain itself. So these do pretty well because they are so cheap, and a lot of kids will walk around and be like, I only have $5, can I get anything? Perfect. It's perfect. So I highly recommend these. They're just adorable, and I sell them in many different colors. The lip balm holder I sell in 6 different colors, I'm pretty sure, or 7 actually. Black, white, blue, pink, purple, green, and there's something else, maybe it's just 6, you'll see in the photo. And then the flower puff keychains I sell in 5 different colors: yellow, pink, green, blue, and purple. People love having little cute keychains on their bags, so it's perfect. The next item that I bring are my bucket hats. I love making bucket hats, even though they're more of like a spring summer thing. I think a good bucket hat works year round, and I love making them, so that's why I bring them. These do take me quite a bit of time. They take me anywhere from 2 to 3 hours each, and I sell them for $35. Because of this, they don't sell all that often because they're so expensive, but when people fall in love with them, they get them. I will say my ones that sell the quickest are like the themed ones. Like, I've made a million strawberry bucket hats, lemon, lime, orange, pumpkin, anything like that where you can turn it into a bucket hat is perfect, and people love them. sold mushroom ones, frog ones. They're very, very popular. I don't use any pattern. I basically freehand them, but I do have a pattern linked below for one that looks almost exactly like the ones that I make. It's on vivcrochets.com, so go check that out if you want to make one. And yeah, like I said, if you can come up with some ideas to make them unique, even better. In the same vein as the bucket hats, I also do checkerboard bucket hats. These are so fun, and the pattern I use is Hooked on Homemade, and I also sell these for $35. They are so much fun to make, especially because I've never made the same one twice. Like, there's an infinite amount of color combinations, and someone's bound to like one of them, so super fun and easy as well. I also bring bandanas to all of my markets. They are super trendy right now. I sell them for $20. Literally every market somebody picks them up. I don't sell one every single market because they are one of my more expensive items, but they are very popular and bring a lot of people in, which is amazing. You can make these in a million different patterns. There's a granny stitch one, there's a double crochet full one. I have a tutorial on my YouTube of a lacy one that you might want to look at. They're all really fun to make, and they're popular. The last headwear item that I bring are beanies. These are super fun to make. In my opinion, they're very easy. I do the panel version of it. I actually just finished crocheting one last night. I haven't sewed it together, which is perfect for demonstrating this. This is what they look like whenever you haven't sewed them together yet. It's just a huge panel of half double crochet ribbing, and what I like to do is I chain 28, and then I do half double crochets all the way down the chain, and then on the last 3 I do a slip stitch. That's how you make the top of your head. That's how you make the top of your hat not super like bunchy. It's going to like come together a lot smoother whenever you have a smaller stitch at the top. So that's a little life hack for you, because I don't follow a pattern for this one either. But yeah, that's what it'll look like when it's sewed up. I mean, I can actually show you one. This is the beanie that I made for my boyfriend last year for Christmas. It's flat on the top. When you do half double crochets through the whole thing, it won't be flat on the top, so I highly recommend doing the slip stitch method. And this is what it looks like. You can also buy little leather tags where you can put your actual logo and stuff on your leather tags, and it just makes it look a little more professional. But these I sell for $25 just because they are a little mindless. You're just doing the same stitch over and over again, so you can kind of zone out, but they do take a little bit of time. I would say an hour and a half. So that's up to you what you want to charge, but that's what I charge for them. And it's handmade, so if you're gonna buy a beanie at a store, you're gonna spend about $20-25 on it, so why would I make it less for handmade? You know what I mean? And they're useful. The next item that I bring to my markets is a clothing item, and it's the spiderweb top by Passionate Kelsey. The tutorial of it is free and it's on her YouTube channel, or you can buy the pattern on her website, and they are super fun to make. I like, in the same vein of this, I think just coming up with a ton of different Halloween, fall clothing items is incredibly important. Like, I do a lot of hexagon cardigans, or recently I've been doing more octagon cardigans because they are so much easier and a lot less sewing. And doing that with like fall variegated yarn or changing the colors yourself, those are gonna do super well at a fall market. There's also spiderweb tops where it's literally just like a mesh spiderweb thing that you wear over like a tank top or something. I really want to make one of those, I just haven't yet. And there are just so many different ideas that you can use and follow. I mean, just scroll Pinterest for 5 seconds and you will find a cute Halloween top that you can bring. Normally I bring a lot of crop tops to markets because they are much faster to make, therefore I can sell them for a reasonable price that people are actually going to want to buy. But since it is getting colder, we're getting into the colder months, it makes more sense to bring like cardigans and sweaters and things like that. So finding those really easy patterns like the octagon cardigan from Drama Crochet, that is going to be your bread and butter for sure. So, and oh my gosh, the market I did before this video, I think 90% of the people who went in my booth went over to my clothing rack and was touching the cardigan that I brought because it was so soft. So even if the bigger items that you bring, like sweaters, aren't sold, they are going to catch people's eyes and bring a lot of people in. So I think they're highly recommended. And obviously all of your clothing items are going to sell for different things. For me, the spiderweb top that I made, I think I'm selling it for like $45 or $50 because it's so quick. Overall, the best thing that you can do to prepare for a fall or Halloween market is to think about what you already like to crochet and then put a Halloween twist on it or a fall twist on it. So I've seen some people make little like trick-or-treat bags, things like that, for instead of making like market bags, they make trick-or-treat bags, that type of thing. Just use that creative brain of yours and try to come up with things. Oh my gosh, I love making bucket hats. What if I made a bucket hat that looked like a candy corn? So much fun, so much fun. And everybody loves it. Everybody loves a themed item. So I highly recommend just thinking about what you already make and what you already are really good at, and then just make a fall thing from that. That is what has created a lot of really fun things for me, is using that creative juice, because honestly, whenever you get into this type of business, you're going to be creating the same thing over and over again, and it can sometimes feel like you're not being creative at all. And so when you can take those moments to be like, I'm going to create something that's never been done before, that really just reinvigorates you in your small business, and just that's what we live for. So I highly recommend just brainstorming and figuring out some things for yourself, but these are some ideas that you can follow to help get you there. I really hope that you found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe so you can see more content from me. I will be posting my market video as soon as I'm done with my September markets, so if you want more inspiration, you can definitely check those out. If you have done fall markets before and you have more ideas that I didn't talk about, or any just tips or anything, please comment them down below so that other people can know them, because I really just want my channel to be a place for all crochet small business people to come together and work together, because you can't do this by yourself, you know? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye!